Hello children, let's come back to our maths class. In the previous class, we have started with exercise 1.3. And what we have done in our previous class, children? Yes, just recollect the things that we have done in our previous class. We have seen some of the set operations. What were the set operations? The first one was union of sets. Union means, what do you mean by union? You have to combine the elements of both the sets together. That is, you have to write down the members of A and members of B together. And also, what was the thing I have told you? I have told you, do not repeat the members. Suppose if A is equal to A, B, C, D and B is equal to A, E, F, G. So what will be A union B? A union B will be A, B, C, D. Do not write A because already we have written A. Okay. So E, F, G. So what is A union B? A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And before we started with union of sets, we had a complement of a set. Yes, children, we studied a complement of a set. The complement of a set is A dash. Suppose you have a set A as 2, 3, 4, 5. For complement of a set, you have to consider a universal set. Suppose a universal set is U as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is a small revision, children, so you have to be very careful with the revision. Once you are focusing on your revision part, your ideas will be cleared. So do not skip any topic. So you have to be attentive when you are hearing or whenever you are present in your class. So okay, so what are we going to do? We are going to find out complement. What is the meaning of complement? A dash or not A. I have told you the easiest meaning. What is the meaning of A dash? Not A. I don't want A. Okay. So what are the members of A given to you, children? It's 2, 3, 4, 5. And what are you going to find out? You are going to find out A dash. Okay, how are we going to find out A dash? See here, A dash means I don't want A. That means I don't want 2, I don't want 3, I don't want 4, I don't want 5. So what is left now? 1, 6, 7. So remember, for a complement of a set, you have to think of a universal set. But whenever you go for a union of set, just worry about the two sets. What was the next thing? Yeah, intersection. What is the meaning of intersection? Yes, A intersection. Intersection means you have to take the common element. Intersection means take the common. What is common here, children? What is common for A and B? A is common. See? Others all different. What is common? What is same? A is same. So you have to write down A intersection B is equal to A. And also we have seen the difference of two sets. I'll just give you another example for difference. Suppose we have a set A as 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. And we have a set B 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Okay. So what are the members of A? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. And also we have a set B 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Now what I am going to do here is I am going to find out A minus B. And what we are going to do here? We are going to find A minus B. What is the meaning of A minus B? Present in A but not in B. I want A but we don't want B. So write down the members first. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18 minus. What is B? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. So now what are we going to do? We are going to cancel the same terms. Remember what we are going to do? We are going to cancel the same terms. 6, 6, 12, 12. That's all. I hope so. Yes, children. 6 is repeated and 12 is repeated. So what is the answer? What is the meaning of A minus B? Present in A but not in B. So we want A but we don't want B. So what are the members in A, children? What are the members left out? Yes, tell me the members. 3, 15, 18. That's all good. I hope. Yeah, one more number we missed out. Yes, what is that? 9. Yes, good. So 3, 9, 15, 18. So this was A minus B. Present in A but not in B. Now similarly, we are going to find out for B minus A. Let's find out for B minus A. B minus A is equal to, what is B? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Minus, what is A? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. Again, what are you going to do? You are going to cancel the common element. Cancel the common element. 6, 12. That's all. So, what is the meaning of B minus A? Present in B but not in A. So, we want the members from B but we don't want the members from A. So, I want only the B part. I don't want the A part. So, what is the answer? 2, 4, 8, 10, 14. 2, 4, 8, 10, 14. This is B minus A. I hope you are clear with the different set operation. This is very, very important. We have to know the basics. Without knowing basis, we cannot move ahead. Okay, children? So, just be clear with your basics. Okay, so now we have found the difference. We have found A minus B and also we have found B minus A. This was difference of the sets. We have also seen one more thing. What was the thing? Symmetric difference. I hope you remember this term. Yes? We have also found symmetric difference. What is the meaning of symmetric difference? How it is written as? A symmetric difference B. A symmetric difference B. What is the formula for asymmetric B? A minus B union B minus A. What is the formula for symmetric difference? A minus B union B minus A. Okay, children, I have already found the value for A minus B. So just write down the value. 3, 9, 15, 18. Union. What is the value for B minus A? 2, 4, 8, 10, 14. So this is the values. That is, these are the members of A minus B and also the members of B minus A. I have told you that you can just write down the numbers as it is. Okay, I'll just do it two ways. Okay, children? So first, I'll write the members of A minus B. So 3, 9, 15, 18. Here I'll write 2, 4, 8, 10, 14. But this is, I will say that this is not at all wrong. This is not wrong, children. But whenever you present a set, try to present in a order. That is, you have to arrange the members in a increasing order wherever it is possible. In certain cases, it is possible. In certain cases, it is not possible. So what we have to do is, we have to present them in the increasing order. So let's present them. What is the number? Smallest number? 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10, 14, 15, 18. See, 2 written, 3 written, 4 taken down, 8 taken down, 9 is taken down, 10 is taken down, 14 is taken down, 15 is taken down, 18 is taken down. So I have written everything in the increasing order. So try to write down the members in the increasing order wherever it is possible. Please note down the term wherever it is possible. In some cases, you will be not able to write down in an increasing order or a decreasing order. But in some cases, we will be able to write down in the order. So wherever it is possible, you have to write the order. or that is, you have to write down in a increasing order. You may write down this in decreasing order. You can write down this as 18, 15, 14, 10, 9, 8, 4, 3, 2, so on. I hope you are clear with the different set operations. So we are going to continue with our exercise 1.3. Take down your classwork. Take down your classwork. Write down question number 3. Write down today's date. Day, you know how to start a class. Okay, student, whenever you start your classwork, you have to write down today's date. You have to write on the day. I hope you are doing all the procedures that have told you to follow up. Yes, children, you have to draw a margin. You have to draw a rough column. And as soon as you complete one sim or as soon as you complete one definition, you have to draw a line which shows that you have completed one sum. If you have a subpart, suppose you may ask, ma'am, if we have a subpart 1, 2, 3, 4, no problem. For if you have a subpart, no problem, you can just draw a line. For a subparts also, you can show a line. Otherwise, if you have one sum and you have 3 or 4 subparts, after completing all the 4 subparts, you can just draw a line. It's your wish, children. You can just draw a line. Okay, what we do, okay, no problem. You have to draw the line at the end of the sum. Suppose one question, you have many subparts. You can just draw a line at the end of the sum. It's your choice. Drawing the lines is with the pencil. You know that. So draw a line, and many people have a habit of drawing the line with the hands, okay? Simply yes, don't do. You have to use your scale and pencil for drawing a line. So today we are going to continue with our third question. So take down question number 3. Write down the question. U is equal to A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. A is equal to B, D, F, H. B, D, F, H. And what is B? B is equal to A, D, E, H. So these are the sets given to you. Universal set is given to you. It's A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. And A is given to you as B, D, F, H. And B is a set given to you which is A, D, E, H. The members are A, D, E, H. Okay, so this was a question. This was a set given to you. Now you have to find out some subparts which is given below that. Shall we start with the first subpart, children? Yes. What is the first subpart? It's A dash. Be careful, children. You have to be very, very careful when you write down this. This type of questions will be asked for 5 marks. You will be having a question based on this step. I am not saying that this question, the questions, you may have a question of this type for 5 marks. So you have to be very, very careful. You have to understand the concept and you are going to do the sums. Shall we proceed? Let's go with the work, children. So U is equal to A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. A is equal to B, D, F, H. Now I have to find out A dash. How I'm going to find out A dash? I told you whenever you're dealing with A dash or whenever you're dealing with the complement part, you have to focus on the universal set. Okay, children, so focus on the universal set here. I have to write down here. This is U minus A. Remember the formula, children? So how to find out A dash? U minus A. U, that is we need U but we don't want A. So this is similarly for any complement. If it is B dash means U minus B. What is this U? Universal set, the number. We have a set here, yes? And whenever C dash means U minus C. It goes like this. So here we are going to find out A dash. It's U minus A. What is the formula for A dash? U minus A. Let's write down the value for U. It's A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Now I have written the members of U. Now you have to write the members of A. What is that? B, D, F, H. The first question was A dash, and how are you going to find A dash? U minus A. Remember the formula for U dash? A minus A. That is U minus A. A dash is U minus A. What is the U member? What are the members of U, children? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Minus, what is A? B, D, F, H. Now you know how to find out the difference. Yes, children? Try out to cancel the common elements. Cancel the common element. B, B, D, D, F, F, H, H. B, D, F, H. What is A dash? I want the member of U. I don't want the member of A. U minus A. I don't want A. I don't want A. I want U. So what are the members left out? A, C, E, G. A, C, E, G. So this is your answer for A dash. A, C, E, G. Let's go for the second subpart. What is the second subpart? It's finding B dash. Yes, children? Let's find B dash. It's very easy. I hope you people can try out the sum. Yes, children? If the formula for A dash is U minus A, what will be the formula for B dash? U minus B. Write down the members of U. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Minus, what are the members of B? A, D, E, H. A, D, E, H. So we have written both the members for U and B. Now what is your next step? You are going to cancel the like terms, or you are going to cancel the same members. A, D, D, E, E, H, H. What is left now here? B, C. I have told you that, you know the meaning of U. Yes, children, this B dash is U minus B. That means we want the member of U, but we don't want the member of B. That is U minus B means present in U, not in B. So what is present in U here? B, C, F, G. So I have found the value for B dash. What is the B dash? U minus B, and that is B, C, F, G. I hope you are clear with the complement part. So totally we have 8 subparts. Yes, children? Let's go on finding it. Have you found the second? Is it clear? Is the first subpart and the second subpart clear to you, children? Yes, good. I hope all are clear and all are nodding your heads. Yes, I can see that all are nodding your heads. Very good. Okay, let's move to the third subpart. Let's go for the third subpart. What is the third subpart given to you? A dash union B dash. Third one. A dash union B dash. It's very simple. What are we going to do here? A dash union B dash. That means you are going to combine A dash and you are going to combine B dash. So let's write down the set members here. What are the members of A dash, children? Let's write the member. Yeah, A dash is A, C, E, G. That's A dash union. What is B dash? Yeah, B, C, F, G. What do you mean by union? Union means combine. Bring them together. Yes, let me write down together. A, C, E, G, B. Can I write C? No, yes, children? So, F, G. And G, yes, G cannot be written. Already G is taken down. So, be careful when you write the elements. Yes, see. A, C, E, G. B is there. B is not here. So, I can write B. C is already repeated. So, we cannot write C again. G is also repeated, so I cannot write G. Okay, children? So you have to write down A, C, E, G, B, F. I have told you wherever it is possible, try to write in a order. I know the alphabetical order. Yes, children, we know, yes? So we are going to write the alphabetical order. So this is A, B, C, E, F, G. A, B, C, E, F, G. I hope you are clear with the union part. It's A dash union B dash. So do not write A union B, okay? We are not asked with A union B. The question is A dash union B dash. So write A dash and write B dash. Where is B dash? Here. Yeah. So write down A dash union B dash value. So you get the answer. You have to combine them. Remember one thing, you have to not write the members again and again. You have to just take the member once. And one more thing is, wherever it is possible, try to write down in a order. So have written down in a order. So the answer is A, B, C, E, F, G. Clear? Okay, let's go for the fourth subpart. What is the fourth subpart, children? The fourth subpart, I hope that many would have completed the sum. Yes, children? Very good. Fourth one is A dash intersection B dash. A dash intersection B dash. So try to write down the members first. What is A dash, children? A, C, E, G. Intersection. What is B dash? B, C, F, G. So the two sets we have written A dash, we have written B dash. So A, C, E, G, B, C, F, G. So now you have to take the common. This is intersection. What do you mean by intersection? Intersection means you have to take the common. What is common here, children? C is common, G is common. So C, G is the required answer. So what is the set? C, comma, G. I hope you're clear. Okay, let's proceed for the next one. Okay, let's go for the fifth subpart. What is the fifth subpart? A union B dash. Be careful, children, with the question. You may get confused with the question. Here, this is A union B dash. That is complement of A union B dash. This is totally different. This complement is going for A union B. Are you listening to me? The complement is for A union B. So what are we going to do is, first of all, you have to find out A union B. Whenever you have A union B complement, what is this read as? A union B complement. Whenever you have A union B complement, you have two steps. The first step is to find out A union B. And the second step is to find out A union B dash. Clear, children? So let us find out A union B. What is the value for A, children? B, D, F, H. B, D, F, H union. What is B? A, D, E, H. So I have taken here, I am not taking here A dash, B dash. Okay, children, be careful. I am finding A, B. That means I am going to take the union of A and B. I will write down this directly. I know how to arrange the members in alphabetical order. So A, B, I just put a tick so that I will not miss any terms. A, B, C is not there. D, D two times it is coming, so I am going to take it as once. D, A, B, D, E, F, H. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. So A, B, D, E, F, H. If you have confusion, I will write down once again, no problem. So B, D, F, H, A, B, D, F, H, A. D is repeated, so don't write D. E, H is repeated, don't write E, H. So try to write down in order, children. So A, B, C, D. C is not there. D, E, F, H. So what is the value for A union B? It's A, B, D, E, F, H. Now what are you going to do? You are going to find out A union B dash. So you have to find out A union B the whole dash. This is very, very easy. A union B dash means, I have told you, whenever you get a complement, the formula. For A dash, what was the formula? U minus C. For B dash, what was the formula? U minus B. So what is the formula for A union B the whole dash? This is U minus A union B. What is the formula for A union B the whole dash? U minus A union B. So U, what is U? U was A to H, student? Yeah. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Minus, what is A union B? A, B, D, E, F, H. Very easy. It's very, very easy exercise. So I have written down the value for U, and I have also written the value for A union B. I hope you are clear with the members. Shall I rub it and write it again? Okay, I'll just rub it and write it again. So this is equal to U is A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H minus union B, A, B, D, E, F, H. So I have told you, whenever you are doing minus, you have to cancel the common term. A, B, D, E, F, H. Cancel the common. So what is there left now? I want U. So don't look at this part. You have to look only at the first part. What is left in the first part? C and G. So the answer is C, comma, G. So how to find A union B dash? First of all, find A union B, and after finding A union B, you have to find out A union B dash or A union B complement. What is the formula for finding A union B complement? U minus A union B. Clear? Okay. Let's go with the next part. I hope you are clear with the fifth subpart. Yes, children? So we have completed the fifth subpart. Let's go for the sixth subpart. Again, this is an easy part. Sixth subpart. A intersection B the whole dash. Here again we have two steps to be followed. The first one is to find out A intersection B. I give you time. Find out A intersection B, children. Write down A, write down B. And write down the answer. Find out A intersection B. I hope you are doing the work. Do not wait for me. You have to do by yourself. You know how to follow the steps. So do it, children. A intersection B complement. So we cannot do it directly. So we have to follow two steps. So we are finding A intersection B. Okay, what is the value for A, children? B, D, F, H. A, D, E, H. Okay. So B, D, F, H intersection A, D, E, H. What is common, children? Intersection means we have to find the common. What is common here? D is common, yes. D is common. H is common. So D, comma, H. A intersection B, D, H is common. Now what are we going to do? Yes, we are going to find A intersection B dash. What is the formula for A intersection B dash? U minus. See here? For A union B dash, we wrote U minus A union B. So here A intersection B the whole dash. So U minus A intersection B. U minus A intersection B. Write the value for U. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. What is A intersection B? D, H. Try to cancel the common part. D, H, D, H. What is left? I just want the universal set. What are the members? A, B, C, E, F, G. Yes. So we have found A intersection B the whole dash. What is the answer? The answer is A, B, C, E, F, G. So we have found A intersection B the whole dash. I hope you are clear with the first 6 subparts. Is it clear, children? Yes, good. So now we are going to move to the easiest part. What is the 7th subpart? The 7th subpart is A dash dash. Okay, again A dash dash. A dash dash. The formula is, what is the formula now? A dash dash, what happens is the dash dash goes off and what is left? It's A. What is the answer for A dash dash? The answer for A dash dash is A. What happens? The complement and the complement part gets cancelled. So you just write on the question here, A dash dash. You have to write down one more step here. So A dash dash is equal to, cut this 2, write down A. I know the value for A. What are the members of A? The members of A are B, D, F, H. See, very easy. How we have found? A dash dash means you have to cancel the complements. You cannot, see, A dash means we cannot do anything. Yes? So we have to write U minus A. But now here we are having complement of a complement. Yeah. So A dash dash means cancel the 2 complements. You get the answer A. And already in the question we have the value for A. That is, we have the member of A. What are the members of A? B, D, F, H. I hope you are clear and you are going to complete the 8th subpart. Come on, try out the 8th subpart, children. You have to be quicker. At the same time, your presentation should be very, very neat. Just complete the 8th subpart. You have to complete the last subpart from question number 3. Try out the last subpart. Yes, so this is B dash dash. Children, so what you are going to get here? B dash dash. What happens here? Dash dash goes off. So what is left? B is left. Yes, children? I know the value for B. What is the value for B, children? Yes. A, D, E, H. E, H. So we have found the value for A dash dash and also we have found the value for B dash dash. I hope you are clear with the different operations. And like we have, how we have done, yes, we have found A union B, we have found A union B dash, everything we have done. So you have to be thorough with the concept. So I have just given you step by step. First of all, let us go step by step. When we go for higher classes, what we can do is, we can directly go with the answers. In here, we have done 2 steps. Yes, children, if you are thorough with the concept, what can we do is, we can directly come to the final steps. So let us study the steps over here. And later on, we can do the sums directly. I hope you have completed question number 3. Okay, children? Now just put your pens down and you have to listen to me carefully. Now question number 4. About question number 4, this will be your homework. Homework, exercise 1.3, question number 4. Again you have 8 subparts over there, children. And they have just given you the universal set. They have given a set A. They have given a set B. So in the previous case, that is in sum number 3, you were dealing with the alphabets. And for sum number 4, you are going to deal with the numbers. So same type, the same manner, you are going to proceed your sums. It's very simple. You are going to complete all the 8 subparts from question number 4. I hope you are clear with the homework part. Again, I repeat, 1.3, question number 4 will be homework. You can refer your sum number 3 as a reference. You can just refer and you can just take the idea from sum number 3 and you can complete your question number 4. Children, this will be a homework. And also, sum number 5 we have done in our previous class. Yes, children, you would have done your homeworks and you would have kept your homeworks ready. Now, coming to question number 6. Now question number 6 is again your homework. So you have 2 things, that is 1.3, question number 4 and 1.3 question number 6. Question number 6 is your homework. You have to draw the 3 figures. You have to, suppose now for 4 you know how to write down the homework. Children, write the question and go on explaining. For question number 6, I'll just give you an idea. I'll just go for the first subpart. How are you going to proceed for question number 6? You're going to write down question number 6. You're going to draw the first Venn diagram. It's very simple, children. So you're going to draw circles. One is set X, one is set Y, and you have your U. What they have done is they have shaded the Y part. The pink color is the shaded part. So they have shaded the Y part. So how are you going to write the answer? Here, which part is included and which part is excluded? Which is the part, that is how to write the answer. Means you have to write the shaded part. What is the shaded part here, children? We are only having the Y part. We are not having X part. How is the figure shaded or how is the Venn diagram shaded? Y is present but X is not there. Very simple. Only one line answer. The answer is you have to draw the figure Y minus X. Finished. Clear? How are you writing the Y minus X? Which is the shaded part here? Y is shaded. So which part is present? Y is present. X is not shaded. X is not shaded means minus X. Y minus X. That's all. The answer is done. Finished. Clear? Okay. So second one, you have to proceed in the same manner. Okay, I'll just give you an idea. You are going to present this in your homework. I've already given you an idea for the first sum. Yes, children? So you are going to draw the figure. One line answer. You can write the answer near to it. That's all. Now second one, see the second one. X, Y, U. And all the backgrounds are shaded. Green color. It's shaded with green color. Can you see that? Yes, it's shaded. All the backgrounds are shaded. So what will be the answer here? So we are not focusing on which part here. Which part is excluded here? X and Y is excluded. Yes, children? So we are not going to take X and Y. We are not going to take X and Y. That means X union Y. I am not going to take X and Y together. I told you when you are taking together means union. When you are only focusing the middle part means intersection. So X and Y, but we are not taking this X and Y. So this is dash. X union Y dash. So I have just given you a hint. I have not only given the hint, I have given you the answers itself. So your work is to complete question number 6 also. How many questions are there for 6? Total 3 subparts. So you are going to complete question number 4 and question number 6 as homework. Okay, children? Okay, just let's do one more question and let's see. Write down question number 7. Take down question number 7. Write down the question, children. Don't write all the 6 subparts. Just write down the question and write down the first subpart. A union B. Write down the question. I hope you have taken on the question. Let A and B be 2 overlapping sets and the universal set be U. So you have to consider your universal set also. Draw appropriate Venn diagram for each of the following. Draw appropriate Venn diagram for each of the following. The first one is A union B. We are going to do the first subpart. It's A union B. So you have to be ready with your scale and your pencil. Just get ready with your scale and pencil, children. Are you ready? Shall we proceed? Okay, let's do the work. A union B. So first of all, you have to draw a... Children, for drawing Venn diagram, we use a pro circle. If you, actually we need the pro circle for which exercise, for 1.5, because now at least you have only 2 circles, so you can draw the circles. But for the next class, that is not for the next class, I think after 2 classes or 3 classes, we need a pro circle. That is, a pro circle means it look like a circle. Okay. You have to buy this from the shop, children. It will be of plastic, and you would have seen this bigger children, like our sisters would be using, or sisters or brothers would be using for 11th standard, 10th standard, they would have used. If you would have seen them, you would have small circles, you have many circles over there, yes children? So you have many circles over this, okay? So you have to get a pro circle. So if you have a pro circle with you, what happens is, for drawing the Venn diagram, it will be easy. No need to find out the compass, or no need to find out any bottle caps. This will be very easy for drawing the Venn diagram. So I would like you to get a pro circle, and you just go ask the shopkeeper for a pro circle. Okay children? So you would have seen this, yes? It's a transparent, like your scale. You have a transparent scale. Similarly, this will be a oval, like circle shape, and many small circles will be there inside it, so that we can be able to draw the circles very easily. So try to buy a pro circle. Children, clear? Buy pro circle. Okay, so now let's start with the first subpart. It's A union B. So whenever you draw a set, first of all you have to draw a rectangular box. Don't draw very big, don't draw very small. Try to draw a medium sized set. Here you have to write U. The corner part you have to write U. That means a universal set. In the question, they have told you that A and B are the overlapping set, and U is the universal set. So show a universal set. Overlapping means both the sets are together. They are overlapping. Overlapping means one on the other. A and B are overlapping. They are touching each other. See, A and B are touching each other. That's overlapping. So write down here A and B. A, B. So if we draw with a pro circle, what happens, we get a perfect shape. So draw a rectangular box, a universal set U, and we have drawn a overlapping set. Overlapping, I told you, one set is lying on the other set, that A and B are touching. See, they are touching each other. It means they are lying on each other. So A, B. So now what is the next thing here? Now what is the thing you have to find out? A union B. A union B means what? A union B means which area I am going to focus on? I am going to focus on A and B. This is the Venn diagram. A union B. A and B. Shaded. What is the meaning of shaded part? The shaded part shows that I am going to consider A and B. I am taking A and I am taking B. So this is the answer. A union B, shade A and shade B. The shading should be done with a pencil. I have told you to get ready with your scales and pencil. So after drawing A and B, you have to draw the lines over there. Using a scale. You keep your scales and go on drawing, and don't let the line come out of the circle. Okay children, you have to draw the line inside the circle. So draw the figure. Okay, this is the answer. This is A union B. So you can just write down A union B. We have already taken the question A union B. This is the figure. Let's go for the second one. A intersection B. For the second one, it's A intersection B. So you are clear. I hope you are clear with the first part. The first part was A union B. A union means you are going to combine A and B. So I have shaded A and B together. I am not going to come outside. When we come out, children, when we come out, when we are dealing with the complement part. See, whenever we are dealing with a complement, we are going to consider universal set. That time only we will shade the outer region. Otherwise, we are not going to go for the outer region. So A union B means shade A and shade B. Next is A intersection B. Again the same manner. You have to draw a rectangular box. You have to draw set A you have to draw a set B. A, B, write here U. Draw a set A, draw a set B. You have to draw using your scale and pencil, children. You have to use your scale and pencil. And I have just told you to keep your pro circles ready. Just try to get the pro circles ready. It will be easy for you to draw the circles. Okay, A intersection B. Now here the question is A intersection B. What do you mean by intersection, children? Yes, the common part. What is common for A and B here? Very good. This is the common part. So you have to shade only this part. So this is the A intersection B. I hope you are clear with the figure. Union. Union means together. I am shading A as well as I am shading B. Intersection. Shade the common part. That's all, children. We have some more parts over there. Children, we have 4 some more parts. We'll be continuing with the remaining 4 subparts in the next class. You just get an idea of, this is a new thing. Yes, children, we are learning about the Venn diagram in this standard. This is a new topic to you. So let's go slowly. So first of all, learn what do you mean by the different set operations. So you should be thorough with the different set operations that we have seen in our previous sums. Children, so now I have taught you how to present the set using a Venn diagram. I told you what is the meaning of Venn diagram. Presentation of a set. That is writing the set in terms of, or you are representing the set in forms of diagram. And this diagram was found, or this was discovered by John Venn. He was an English mathematician. Okay, children? So we are using a Venn diagram. So we have studied about how to represent A union B. A union B means shade A and B together. A intersection B. What is A intersection B? Shade the common part. What is common to A and B? The middle part is common. Yes, children? Common to A and B. So this is the required answer. I hope you are clear, and we will be continuing with the next subpart in the next class.